I've been asking questions when reports come out about the state of the state of funding of startups in Australia, etc., and nobody ever gets back to me. And I realise
challenging the status quo, right?
I realise in our kinds we are mostly female funded, but that female funding is unseen. So it's one of these glitches that is really problematic, and it's misrepresenting people, and it's diluting the amount of investment that can come into the startup space.
I don't have the exact numbers, but it's something like 70% of the applicants are female-led research projects, right? 20% of the funding go to the female-led research projects. And so, but that's just from the receiving side, but we don't know who puts money in. So that's probably invisible. Like, I think what you were saying is that if there's a family super or a family trust, then it's often in the man's name for some reason.
Yeah, the man is often
or
the administrator.
he does the, do you want to advertise on this platform where there's all this, but the women always say, oh, I've got to ask my husband. I'm going, oh, that's a diversion tactic, mate.
Well, that's the same thing that happens with crowdfund raise. And I had this happen when I did a raise on Virtual, and friends would say, oh, I just need to go and talk to my accountant about that. Now, a minimum investment is like $100. Why do you need to talk to your accountant about that? And a lot of those accountants, they're not familiar with the startup space, and the answer is always the same. They're too high risk, only 5% of them are successful. They don't last more than 2 years. But they'd spend more than $100, on having you over for dinner at their place. And it's actually an investment of belief in your mate. She might land it or she might not, but let me just show her some backing and some belief in her.
And I think that is, I do think that as women, and this is why Lacey is such a Philippines. Sorry, Lacey, we'll be calling on you.